OMG, baby, tell him.
Hey there, welcome to Powered by Backers. It is myself, Justin Fox. I am here with Amie Reiman. Amie, thank you very much for joining me on the show.
Hi.
Hi. All right. Is the timing good? I missed our initial time, so I apologize. We're a little delayed here.
That's okay. That's usually me on a Monday.
Yeah, exactly. I was running around. I was a little late, but anyways, we are here better late than never. So I'll do a quick little intro. So Amie, you are the founder and CEO of Hip Lives, which is an online holistic health plants over pills community portal for education support, products, and specialists that support the health in progress mission. Is there anything else that I should add to that? Welcome to the show as well. So tell us what is plants over pills? I'm just going to go right into the core of it. Let's just go. Give me the concept of plants over pills, and I mean I kind of get it, but tell everyone what we're talking about here.
Well, we're talking about a holistic approach to medicine.
Right.
Primarily just because of my own experience. My son and I, both medical cannabis users for various things. So that was kind of the starting points for Hip Lives and really the thought process there, having a lot of success. But then knowing that across the world, we're not as legalized, I guess, as Canada is, and so fortunate to have this available. So expanding to other, I guess, plant medicines. There's a lot of resource there for different things to do it the natural way rather than any kind of Western pharma.
Pharma, yes, no big pharma. Interesting. No. Okay, so your son and you are CBD. So would you say smoking or ingesting, or what would be the
my 10-year-old definitely doesn't smoke.
Okay, that's so that threw me for a second. I was gonna say, how old is your son? Because then I started thinking maybe it could be, I don't know, but okay. So your 10-year-old isn't smoking a joint. So explain maybe that's well, I mean, it's probably a legit question for a lot of people, right?
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. And the other, common question is like, you let your son get high.
Get high, right? Well, CBD, and, right? There's no THC.
No, right? No, it's 20 to 1.
Okay.
With every kind of CBD, there has to be at least a little bit of THC just to absorb the CBD. So it is a 20 to 1. But yeah, he was one of the first pediatric prescriptions in Canada, and that was pre-legalization. So we got
so that was medicinal. That was medicinal then. So it's okay. Interesting. So explain that thought process. So I mean, I'm a little bit familiar with it, but so CBD, and I guess why was your son prescribed it? Like, what are maybe the, I don't want, like, what are the reasons why someone would be prescribed CBD? Like, what does it treat? Or what kind of ailments? I don't know, is ailment the word to use?
Yeah, ailments absolutely.
Or I don't want to say diseases, but like what are some of the ailments that people might have, especially children that would be positively impacted by CBD?
Absolutely. And it's a great question because for both of us, we're treating different things. So it's amazing. And they say, it's this miracle drug and everything else, because it seems impossible that it covers so many areas of treatment for all ages, all genders. It's pretty awesome. My son actually has a diagnosis of Fragile X syndrome. It is a rare genetic disorder. So he is kind of impacted by, several things that affect him day to day. He's got a high functioning case. But it is rare. It gets often diagnosed as autism. So it's kind of just on that spectrum.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And he's had very, very high level ADHD for as long as I can remember, which greatly impacts his ability to learn. and with, learning disability and just that go, go, go nature, that was causing anxiety because he wasn't able to kind of just adapt in classroom settings and at home, and social anxieties with that, and just a lot of challenges. So finding with the CBD, it
sounds like me as a 10-year-old, quite frankly, but this was not around when I self-diagnosed myself with ADHD much later on. And anyways, we don't need to get into my childhood, but I can see where things like this would definitely help. What inspired you to sort of seek CBD treatment, or how did you go down that route?
Well, he'd already been taking, the typical over-the-counter stuff, by prescription, the Ritalin and Vyvanse, and then he was put on, more dose every time we'd go in. He was actually at the highest, level of how much he could take by the time he was 7, and even throughout the day, the teachers would have to give him some more. At lunchtime, I just thought, like, this is crazy. We're just giving him
drugging
more and more pills, and the side effects. He wasn't able to sleep, and eating was a challenge for him. So that was a concern. And then when he started exhibiting some anxieties, they recommended Prozac, and I thought, this is bananas. There has to be a better way. And since we were trying so many things that the doctors were recommending, why not try something I had known enough about? Why not? And I had, a challenge, obviously, finding the right prescription doctor, because even the pediatrician didn't know enough about it. And to this day follows like our case study to get some, at least some facts that are based on real life, and not just the research and development we know that could work, and but everybody's different.
Yeah. So sorry, just a quick. So did you have some experience with it prior to kind of bringing the idea for your son, or had you been using it?
As much as hemp-based products. I knew enough about the U.S. market, which isn't medicinal, but there's still a lot of great that has come from hemp-derived CBD, and then my own experience with THC. So just cannabis in general. I'd been a smoker since 16 years old, and even when it was frowned upon and I was judged in church every Sunday, I knew it was helping me as a teen, and
that was also my childhood.
I think it was everybody's, and it was like, ew, you're such a stoner, but I wasn't. I was, I was just like him as far as attention and lack of. So it was helping me to study and focus, and just be part of the day-to-day of like
get your head on straight a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so tell us a little bit about Hip Lives, because actually when I read it, I thought, do you deal with people with broken hips, or is it Hip Lives? Okay, so
I usually get that. Are you a hippie? And
hippie. I didn't think it, but okay, so well, I'm gonna throw this other, probably poor taste, but Hip Lives Matter, right? So
hip lives do matter.
Yes, but anyways, that's just a joke. Anyone watching, I'm joking. Don't at me, as they would say, right? But so, okay, tell us a little bit about Hip Lives.
So Hip Lives came from my hip life. So I started documenting the journey with my son's experience and with my own. I'd been through some traumatic stuff, and started taking, the cannabis for pain and sleeping and all these other things. So we had this basket full of like discussion. And through that discussion, my hip life just really documented like education and testimony. But looking at the world as it was and is, I think everybody's on some personal mission to find better solutions forever. I mean, it's always a day-to-day thing, like what can we do to improve and lead the best lives possible. And I don't think that the cannabis is like the be end all of, what
it's part of an overall holistic approach, right?
Exactly. And so bringing in, other contributors, I'm not an expert in anything, but I like to pull in those experts and
Right.
giving them a voice and a platform virtually to offer that kind of gives a turnkey approach, and at least support and resource to those services. So we have everything from psychologists to
Okay.
in-home yoga, guided meditation, so more of the physical stuff.
Right.
And then, for home-based healing, with essential oils and different do-it-yourself through herbs and nature. We have a prescription model for cannabis in Canada
Okay.
for Canadians to go on and get their medicinal. And just a lot of products that fit the mark, including psilocybin, but there's no products for magic mushrooms yet.
Oh no. Okay. Okay. So it's interesting. So you talk about providing a sort of a platform that gives access to all these different holistic medical practitioners, if you will, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm just going to take sort of a step back, if I'm somebody, so I am somebody, if I was
Hi,
somebody, nice to meet you. If I were, say, looking into holistic care, so first of all, I guess what's your website? Where would I find?
So it's www.hiplives.com.
Okay.
And we're set up through different pillars. So we have a help in parenting
Okay.
with resources there for families. We have the healing in plants, which of course is what it is.
Right.
And then, it's kind of a humanity is protected as an overall approach to just, being safe and hygienic in the current times with
Of
COVID.
course.
And yeah.
So do people, so if I sign up, would I be able to create or schedule, let's say, treatment or like one-on-one with the psychologist or with any of the therapists? Would I be able to schedule treatment right on your site?
Yep. So we
Yeah.
have a really easy intake for each specialist.
Okay, cool.
They are independently unique.
Right.
So they've got their calendars and everything paired up. And, because we're working together in collaboration, going through Hip Lives offers some great discounts,
Discounts and
free
bonuses
offers.
and
And
stuff. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's awesome. So, and a lot of your practitioners are across Canada or across the world, or where would they be primarily based themselves?
We are across Canada currently.
Okay.
I believe we've got 2 products that come out of the US,
Okay.
as well as a podcast that I'm on,
Okay.
the Canna Mom Show. So we've got a lot of resource and discussion from there as well.
So I can't get an invite to the Canna Mom show as a father. No? Does that work? I'm kidding. No?
Yeah, if you identify as a male, then no.
No. That's cool. So what do you talk about on the Canna Mom show?
We give a voice to all the women, that are working in the industry.
Okay.
So we have different guests on to kind of raise their platforms as well,
Right.
and great discussion topics, and just a lot of education as well as our thoughts on things. It's nice being the Canadian voice because things are so different, and you don't think that they should be, but they are so different, especially in cannabis, from country to country.
Right.
And the US has their views, and of course I have mine. So
Yeah, exactly. So let me just and I appreciate you joining me here. I've got maybe 1 or 2 questions. I know you gotta run as well. I just had a bit of a loss of thought there for a second. No, I was thinking sort of along the lines of what got you into sort of as a mom, working, obviously looking at your son and going through sort of the CBD therapy to decide that you're going to open up or create sort of the platform, right? There's 2 different things. Like one is like, mother.
can I give you the short answer?
Yeah,
I'm a
sure.
shit disturber.
Okay. So,
I saw that there could be a big faux pas about what I was doing.
Okay.
And you know what, somebody's got to talk about it. I think that if people had more of an understanding, generally they may be interested for their own children. And I don't think that doctors or anybody in cannabis, because you can't market a product, and
Right.
you can't, licensed producers in Canada, they cannot advertise that they are, making formulations that are specific for pediatric. But I can. And
Right.
so
Okay.
knowing that I could maybe take something as a pilot or a, pioneer in the industry for that purpose, it does my heart good, because we've had such success. Why wouldn't I want to share it?
Right, right. So yeah, so you felt like you could be the shit disturber to get out and stir the pot a little bit,
Yeah.
and because the industry isn't, I mean, you can't, I don't think they can even run like Facebook ads or radio, or I think I saw something sort of like an indirect from, is it one of the brands called like Smart or Skirt, or I don't know. Anyways, you see like an indirect ad and they can't really say what they even do. It's just like their brand, right? Yeah. So
It has to be very, it has to be very discreet.
discreet, right? Yeah, is the word.
But
Yeah.
I can talk about whatever I want, because
Right.
it is educational, it is
Right.
testimonial, and I'm not saying go out and get this or this will work for you. There's no disclaimers. This is my story,
Yeah.
and if my story pairs with somebody else's, or at least there's questions maybe that they have surrounding that, that's what it's all about.
Perfect. So that's awesome. I used to end every one of these with this one question. If you had one word or piece of advice that you could give to a younger you, so a younger Amie, what would that be? But I was on a call with a lady the other day. She gave me a different question. I'm going to ask you. You're the first one.
Okay.
You get to choose which question you ask.
Okay.
So either I just want to see so either you can answer the word or give the word, or the other one is, I'm safe. You're not. There's a tornado there. You're literally about to perish, but you can say one thing to your family, friends, and those that you know. They're both kind of tricky questions, but they're probably could be similar. Yeah.
I would say until we meet again.
Okay. So you chose the second question, the second one.
But I will answer the first one too,
you'll
because
answer
the
both?
word is
Okay,
integrity.
Integrity. Okay, until we meet again, and integrity. There you go. Go into the integrity a little bit. What makes you want to say that?
I think that I've had personally an honest approach to everything I've done, whether it be in business or as a parent. And you know what? You learn from that.
Right.
Who to trust, what to do and what not to do in your own life, and just being as authentic as possible in that message, and that I guess conviction has opened a lot of doors for me.
Right.
Because it is something I feel that's missing in the world, especially today, as there's a lot of desperation and unknown and uncertainty.
Yeah.
Just to remain
true to yourself, basically, right?
That's right. Yeah.
To stay on that. And I mean, you might waver a little bit, but as long as you're true to yourself, and you have integrity, then things will work out in the long run, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah. Well, Amie, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
Everyone else, check it out. hiplives.com. Can they find you, and where can they find Canamom? Like, where can we watch are you online, or where are the episodes?
Yeah, so through my site or any, I guess, social medium at My Hip Life will take you to everything you need, and especially to me.
Awesome. Well, Amie, thank you very much for joining me. Enjoy your day. Everyone else, Powered by Backers, yet another episode. I think we're on about 55, so we'll keep on rolling. Amie, thank you again.
Thanks, great. Justin. Until we meet again.
Until we meet again, exactly. I didn't want to get into that too much, but I agree. That my answer to them was, I love you. It's been good. But that's, yeah.
We just met. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyways, appreciate it. And
Thank you.
talk soon. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
OMG, baby, tell them.